Michigan and Whittingham, Michigan and Whittingham, Michigan and Whittingham. What's going on, y'all? Cy Stadium coming back with another one, and kind of excited to see what's going on in Michigan's practice. Say we got some telling Kyle Whittingham, or if he starts doing his thing out in Michigan, they gonna put some graphics of him. They're gonna call him Winningham. You know what I'm saying? That's how. I don't know if they ever did that at Utah, but Michigan being a more predominant program, the if he wins some big games, then they're gonna call him Winningham. So I like him as a coach, as a USC fan. You couldn't probably tell as this blue background and all that, but yes, I am USC fan. I don't think I should say that so much. You're gonna hate me. But anyways, Kyle Whittingham beat us four times when he was at Utah, and that was a pain to watch. I was out. Caleb brought our offense back, brought USC back out of the gutter. We were kind of like the Lakers in 2015-14, with Wesley Johnson and those bad rosters, or just like just we were just kind of like Texas at the time. And then Caleb Williams comes with Lincoln Riley and just shows off what he could do, and we just never could have a defense like we have now. So having those problems right now, but yes, Winningham, I like him as a head coach. Um, he seems like he does it the right way. It seems like those coaches air raid and high flying offenses. He's one of those coaches. He's saying, I'm gonna stick to my guns, run the ball, defense. That's gonna get us the wins. And with the personnel Michigan's bringing in this year, I'm pretty sure that can all work out for him, and it can lead to some pretty good winning records. Um, Down the line. So they don't have USC on the schedule this year, but we can look at this schedule real quick. Stick with me now.
Go ahead and do what the YouTubers say. I ain't gonna say it though. But yeah. USC's not on the schedule. They'll probably be on the next year. So Kyle Whittingham could probably whip more tail, or if Lincoln Riley doesn't fulfill his thing. We're not here to talk USC, but if Lincoln Riley doesn't fulfill what he has to do, he'll be out the door, and hopefully Urban Meyer will, come back into coaching and coach us up, and then we can have a Whittingham and Urban Meyer. Ooh, that would be so tough. That would be so tough. The successor and the teacher and all that. That would be so tough. Michigan and USC, that would be so tough. But anyways, Western Michigan is their first game of the schedule. This is the first game of the schedule this year, and that should be a win off the bat. We should see how Bryce Underwood has progressed during his spring ball practice and over summer, and that should be the real telling game before Oklahoma. That's going to be a telling game. They come into the big house, I'm pretty sure. Um, and I'm gonna give Oklahoma the win there. Honestly, I'm gonna give because I just think Bryce Young's still too young. It's way too early in the season for him to. And it's still early in spring ball. It's still early in spring. We don't know how Kyle Whittingham's going to use him, what that run game is going to look like, the offensive lineman, everything. So it should be telling where Bryce Young is in that game, but I'm gonna give it to Oklahoma. Then you have UTEP coming in to the big house again. You guys should be 2-1 during that time. If you guys lay an egg, I wouldn't worry either because Kyle Whittingham's gonna straighten that up for sure. I wouldn't expect you got like Michigan to lay an egg against UTEP. Like, come on, but Arch almost did now. Arch he was giving it away, but Iowa, and then you get into your Big Ten schedule. So you have Iowa, Minnesota, and Penn State. Those should all be wins. You go to Minnesota, that should be a win. Iowa's, there you have that coach has been here for 20 years, and they just, hey, nice people over there in Iowa. Shout out Iowa, and the Children's Hospital. Shout out that. I love that. Breaks my heart every time though. But Penn State, you should get the win there. And Penn State's coming into your house, and Indiana is do we like? I don't like Kirk is gonna have them boys ready, but he's losing a lot of his roster, a lot of the 24, 25 year old guys. But he's a talent evaluator, so he's probably asking around to a lot of other schools, who do you got for me, things like that. Because some other coaches, they've interviewed about what Kirk Cignetius did, and they've even said Kirk has asked them for some players and things of that nature. So yeah, so if he's already asking for players and if he sees what he likes, so I wouldn't doubt him in that regard. So you have Josh Hoover coming in, and then you have one of the number one wide receivers in the transfer portal. I think his name's Nick Washington. Could be wrong, but he's coming in from Michigan State. And then so yeah, so Indiana there. I think you go what, one, two, three, four, five. So you go 5-2. 5-2. Coming uh at six at Saturday, October 24th, then Saturday, October 31st. You have Rutgers. Man, those dates sound so fire. I ain't even gonna lie. Like I love this winter, man. Like or the fall, when spring, man. Uh, just gotta reminisce a little bit, but or just look ahead. You know what I'm saying? So then you have Rutgers and then Michigan State. Those should be wins. So if you two losses coming into Oregon, I think you can win against Oregon. Honestly, that should be a really close game at Oregon. So that, yeah, and then you have Ohio State, so you should be at best three losses, but you don't really want to see that as a Michigan fan. You're building, three losses as a predominant program isn't good. I'm pretty sure USC had three losses last year, and that was tough. And we all lost to national championship contending teams. Uh, we lost to Ohio, not Ohio State, Oregon, uh, Notre Dame, Oregon, and Illinois. Illinois wasn't a championship contender, but we should have won that game. So then you have Ohio State, but I'll give them 9-3 coming into that season, or at the end of the season. I don't know where that would rank coming into the playoffs. I'm pretty sure some other schools would have some better records, but Ohio State, it's not promised, but they bringing in some dudes like Legend Bay, Chris Henry Jr. Yeah, Michigan got the whole Big Ten. Matter of fact, I ain't gonna just say Michigan, but y'all got the rivalry and everything. So, but the whole Big Ten got to watch out for what's gonna happen at Ohio State. Hopefully, Julian Sayin can perform to get his guys all the ball. If you guys don't know about Legend Bay though, go watch his tape. He's shifty fast, like what's his name? The Ohio State coach Ryan Day. He said he reminds me of Tyreek Hill. Hopefully, not the mindset though, because Tyreek Hill got yeah, he effed up in the brain. But Legend Bay, it seems like everything all good with him. Tennessee, Tennessee fans have to be mad about what happened there, because it's just seeing his tape. Well, not mad, but you want him to be the happiest and succeed to the fullest wherever he wants to go. You don't want him to be forced into your program. But just seeing his, I'm just saying, in the mad in the aspect of what could have been on the field for the Volunteers, but now it's going over to Ohio State because Tennessee didn't want to. They wanted to play him at receiver, and he had some stuff with his family. His family wanted to go to Tennessee. He didn't, but Ohio State was going to use him what position he wanted to go as, which was running back. So he goes over there, and yeah, the whole Big Ten has some. Chris Henry Jr. It's about 6'5", can run crazy fast. Looks like he runs like a 4.3 in there, and then you have Jeremiah Smith too, which is just some people can. Jeremiah Smith can be locked up though. I feel like so. He is gettable. I would say that. Everybody can get got. Every dog got his day. Maybe. Hey.
Okay,
Hello,
really looking
Kyle.
forward to getting spring football started. We've been here about 2.5 months now.
Hmm.
Have a good idea of our personnel as far as what we were able to see in in the winter player development aspect, and so now we get a chance to see these guys.
Yeah, so after all the Sharon Moore stuff, he comes in there. He retired way before that, and he it just seems like he felt like he overstayed his welcome at Utah, which maybe he did, maybe he didn't. He looking at him now, he is an older guy. You know, which I got no problem with. I got no problem with older.
Older coaches. You see Kirk Cignetti, you see some of the older coaches in the league. If you keep some of their philosophies won't die out. And you hear what Lane Kiffin even says about I have to call Nick Saban for advice still and things of that nature because he doesn't know. So some of the don't sleep on your old coaches out there. So
On the field and doing their thing, and so really looking forward to seeing what we got and where we are as a football team. So questions.
Starting to laugh with Chris.
Chris Ballers with the Wolverine. Welcome to Ann Arbor. You touched on it a little bit, but how much can you really tell about what you have now before you get them on the field?
You get a decent idea, just as far as how they move. Obviously, strength in the weight room.
So I guess they've been doing little tiny stuff before the spring practice. The spring practice is where you ramp it up, but I guess weight room where they're at, getting a look of a feel where they're at, seeing how they're progressing. So I mean, I don't, we ain't gonna judge it too much. We ain't gonna be, yeah. His every movement and
Where
everything
we
he
are
does.
there.
So
And by the way, we've made
not gonna judge
significant
everything.
gains in the weight room over the last 2.5 months, which is obviously the objective. When you're
That's good.
training in the winter cycle, that's one of the focal points is getting bigger and stronger, and so we definitely got an A+ in that regard. But you do get a little bit of a flavor for what kind of athlete you're dealing with and what they're about. But we're still getting to know each other. Coaches knowing the players and vice versa. Most all the staff is new. And we got a bunch of players that are new as well, so the team's getting to know each other. But we're not going into spring blind. But
Dang, bro.
still, you don't get as good a read in the winter conditioning as you will in spring football. I mean, that's
From
just.
what you've seen, what do you have?
I think we're pretty athletic. We've got guys that move real well. We got good length on the football team.
Co- Coach has got that judge, jury. I call him judge, jury, and executioner. Like when Nick Saban has, I say this all the time. Like if you're a college football fan, you probably know this too. Like if Nick Saban ran for governor in Alabama, he would win. You know what I'm saying? They is judge, jury, and executioner. If Kirby Smart gets pulled over for speeding, they ain't gonna give him a ticket. Maybe they might give him a ticket. I don't know. Maybe you don't got that type of pull in Georgia like that because it seems because sometimes I don't know it seems like them cops be looking for something them cops in the South they be always looking for something so I'll just advise those people out there just stay safe don't do what you're supposed to be don't do what you're not supposed to be doing or go move to a place where that crap is legal or don't be California, you see all these top people driving all over at night and everything like that. So let's see what more you got to
Which
say.
is something that is important. As I mentioned, the strength levels are getting to where they need to be, and I'll tell you what, these guys are very willing and very hungry to work. That's been very evident so far.
On the right here, Dennis.
Dennis, 50th Beef and Blue Review. Happy St. Patrick's Day.
That's today. Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't have green on. I guess I don't know why. Yeah.
You tell
There's a
us,
sign on the building with.
Bro's too into ball, bro. That's all you love to see, bro. Just too much ball.
tell us as much as you can about Bryce Underwood, his development.
Yeah,
Bro's like St. Patty's Day, like that's cool, but like football's cooler, which I'd agree with.
well, Bryce is our clear number one. He's QB1 without a doubt. He has performed
Or did I say football's cool, but football's cooler? Did I just say that? I meant St. Patty's cool, but football's cooler.
very well in the workouts and not only with his athleticism, but leadership wise, he's voted one of our team captains, and so he's a guy that everyone looks to, and the top 10% of your football team is critical because if they're hard workers and doing things right, everyone else seems to follow along. They set the pace, and so Bryce has done a nice job of setting the pace.
Where do you see the balance with him? Last year, there was, he's so athletic and can run.
Yeah,
You want him still doing some of that off script?
I mean, yeah, like he's good. He like, damn, bro.
Improvise.
sure. I mean, that's part of his game. I mean, you don't want to take that away from him. And last year, I thought he got a pretty good start relative to the circumstances in college football. He was just barely turned 18 when he's a starting quarterback at a major Power Four football team, and so I think he handled it fairly well. A lot of room for improvement. He knows that. We know that, and he now has some dedicated guys.
Glad he stayed, stick with the program, because LSU was calling out Tyrann Mathieu and maybe a little bit Lane Kiffin too, man. They wanted Bryce over there where he wanted to go in general. That's where he was committed to until Tom Brady said, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, son, I got these dollar signs for you. Stay home." So that's what he did, and Tom Brady don't really rep that like fan base has got to be because he was getting killed at the Super Bowl for not picking the Patriots, and he don't really rep Michigan that hard. Like I think in the you know in these past few years he's been repping Michigan hard. Maybe because the rumors out there of what he did with Bryce Young and donorship and this new era of college football. But like it seemed like in the past when he was playing or after he retired, like you never really hear like I hear more Brady talk about where he's from. I hear talk about California and San Francisco and things like that. But I the story goes like I think he wanted to go to USC and USC didn't offer him or some school in California. I think something like that. And then he goes to Michigan, wins a chip. But I know he really wasn't that good at Michigan. He wasn't the Tom Brady of now, but still like he don't rip that Michigan like it. Like I don't know, like some others do.
Quarterback wise that are working directly with him, and we'll see what kind of progress we can make in these next 15 practices. What the?
Stay on the right here. We'll go with Aaron.
Aaron McMahon, Ann Arbor News, I'm live.
Okay.
Could you speak to like the last few months, the whirlwind it's been, and just how
Yeah.
the board flipping the script on this program and stuff?
Yeah, well, first of all, it's awesome to be here. I mean, this place is
He looked like a bad guy in a movie. Like I can't put like a finger on it, but like I want to say like Cloverfield Lane or something, where like a dude you think they're helping him the whole movie and they're really not. Like he looks like some type of old dude like that. I'm sorry, bro. Like shout out Kyle though, man. He cool.
incredible. All the things that
You know what I'm talking about though, like in those movies when they do they be helping out somebody or something. Like he looked like he got good intentions, but and then he gonna stab you in the back. But hopefully he just comes straight. He looked like a straightforward dude in general, in reality. You know what I'm saying?
I said in my opening press conference way back when, well, 2.5 months ago in Florida, as far as this place being very special academically, the athletes you have to work with, the tradition, the resources. I mean, it's all here, and so it's a great opportunity, great challenge at the same time.
Well, let me know in the chat is or not chat, but comments is how big is Ann Arbor? Is it really nice in Ann Arbor? When he says like resources, what does it mean? Just money wise? Does it mean just locally? Detroit. How is it nicer than Detroit? Maybe, probably. I don't know. So y'all let me know though. I don't know.
I mean, the competition is obviously the bar's been raised in that respect, and in every area, recruiting, everything, and so. But this is the one of the pinnacles of college football, so it's great to be here.
On the left.
And you're the coach of that program. Just don't think about that too much. A little too much pressure. It's like Braun when he. I hate when reporters ask Braun about like how does it feel after playing 21 years. Like, do you think the dude thinks about playing 21 years or just day by day, bro? Like you don't like. I feel like that would just weigh a person down. I was like, oh, like damn, 21 years in the thing. Like motherfucker, shut up. Like, dang, how many times you gonna ask him about 21 years, bro? Like, he takes it day by day. He's still young at heart. Don't ask me about my age and all that bull crap. Like, I get it. They got it. I don't know what type of story you're gonna end up getting out of that, but my goodness, how many times you got to ask about Braun's age, but that's neither here nor there. It's just like repeated bull crap,
John?
John Borton, the Wolverine. How do the skills of Bryce and Jordan Marshall fit with what you want to get done offensively from what you've seen so far?
Well, our offense coordinator Jason Beck does a masterful job of utilizing the players at his disposal and the talent and what they do well, and tailoring the scheme to that. And so Jordan is a really good running back, obviously. Bryce is a dual threat quarterback. Um, last year at Utah, we were second in the nation in running the football. We had a quarterback that was a very good runner as well. But
Devin
Bryce,
Dampier,
we think
boy.
he can beat you from the pocket
It
or
was
with
nice.
his legs. And
I think they can utilize Bryce doing that too in the pocket, just little short throws with him, and I think Kyle Whittingham will utilize him with his offensive line. I mean, offensive corner and offensive line. 'Cause Michigan's gonna breed some boy. They're the creme de la creme when it comes to the Big Ten of that, or it could be Iowa. Don't hate me now, Iowa, but you know them corn-fed schools like Nebraska over there, like that. They got the name for breeding those type of linemen, like Penn State over there too. But it's like I don't know, like where's that been the past few years? It's like I know Iowa just won the award, but it seems like I don't know, it seems like a stereotype a little bit. Like they just say it, but the players aren't really that nice.
then to have Jordan, quarterback's best friend is a strong run game, and Jordan helps provide that.
Over the middle right, Tony?
Yeah, Tony Garcia, Detroit Free Press. I know you guys are just going to get going today in terms of on the field stuff, but what do you anticipate the strength of this team to be, and what do you maybe want to see over the next 15 practices if you have concerns or about any areas?
That's a good question, what the strengths are, and we're going to find that.
So I guess they put a limit on everybody. 15 practices. Did not know that, or maybe they might not put a limit on practices. But I guess they have this time. Then they go into spring break, and then they come back, and then they probably they have the spring game too. I don't know if Michigan's having a spring game or just having a meet and greet with the players. That would be really cool for them because uh, with with the era we have with college football and players moving around like crazy every transfer portal. You fans need to know their teams. So yeah, if Michigan has I'm with whatever Michigan has, just as long as fans get to meet the players and all that, or just interact, or have it like a graduation. Everyone walk across the stage and introduce themselves and all that bull. It's maybe.
Out this spring. We have a decent idea, but and we won't really get a lot of feedback the first couple days. No pads, you can't get into pads until the third day, and
Mm.
so that will be a work in progress. But we think that
Bro wants to hop straight into pads, bro. I feel it. Hey, I feel that as a player too. Why we in this, bro? Stupid. Oh, rules and regulations. Yeah, all right,
we're
whatever.
gonna be a physical football team. That's we want that to be our trademark. We want to be mentally and physically tough, and when you come to play us, you've been in for a physical contest,
Mm.
and but we're just looking forward to seeing how these things develop over the next 15 practices. We got a lot ahead of us as far as what we got to get accomplished. We got to figure out the talent level of the players, the the scheme. We have to learn scheme. They have to learn scheme and be
Scheme gonna take a while. It's not just gonna take spring ball for a lot of programs, man. It's not gonna just take this time in the spring to learn all of them throws, and so you have to all what
able
the
to
quarterback
assimilate
wants.
that.
So hopefully Michigan and Bryce Young figures it out early, figures it out quick. Hopefully Kyle Whittingham, it's easy for them to understand, and yeah, hopefully there's just I'm hoping for they're not on my team schedule this year, so they can do whatever they want. Ohio State fans, y'all better. I know Ohio State probably real confident. They ain't worried. With how they recruiting. They recruiting nationally and getting everybody. I don't know. Keeping in. I wish we could recruit them within regions so we can just really tell it like so everything's like a kind of like an all-star game of like schools like California, USC. and then Texas with that, and then but it's whatever. That's
And
stupid.
so there's a lot of
That's
things we're
dumb,
going to find
right?
out this
That's
spring that
dumb.
are going to be key moving forward, obviously.
And if I could sneak one more in, you talk about learning scheme. I mean, obviously, you'd been somewhere for so long that probably wasn't as much needing to implement that, guys, maybe hit the ground running. How do you anticipate?
And it was mostly the same at Utah, like, doing the same schemes, stuff like that. But he did utilize Devin Dampier to what he was good at. It was cool to see when they were winning games. I think they blew out some team early in the season. I think it was Nebraska. It could be wrong though. I don't know. Yeah, Kyle Whittingham, he's real deal.
That may be changing things this spring?
Well, 3 or 4 years ago, we made a concerted effort at Utah to simplify, with the portal and the roster turnover and all you have. You can't have a scheme on either side of the ball that takes a year or two to learn. You don't have that luxury. And so I don't want to say we dummied things down, but we simplified things. And Jason Beck, we brought him in last year, and one of the main reasons we brought him in was his scheme was very user friendly, and the learning curve is not steep. It's very effective, but the learning curve is not steep. And defensively, we modified things and made that simpler, more simplistic as well. And so that is a
And
big part of
so,
football.
thing about Kyle Whittingham, he's not bringing over his DC. He's just bringing over his OC. His DC staying in at Utah, and he took the head coaching job at Utah. Shout out Scally and what he's doing over there. So Kyle Whittingham, but he's known for his defense, known for running the ball. Hopefully, him and his OC get it figured out there. So
Football today,
let's go.
at the collegiate level is making sure that you got a system that's essentially plug and play, because you're going to get a guy. Some of our guys won't get here till summer, and we're counting on them playing this fall, and we got to be able to get them up to speed rather quickly, very quickly.
Sit here on the right, Ryan.
Ryan Zook with MLive Ann Arbor News. How would you evaluate where things stand with the 2027 recruiting class? And I guess what's your goal and how you want to build that group?
That's a great
Well,
question.
we want to build the best group we can. It's still really early in the process. We don't have a lot of commits right now, but that's okay. We feel like we're on a lot of good players, and the visits actually start today. We got guys.
I wonder how that translate with coaches and everything. Do you when they take new head coaching jobs with recruiting? Do you just try to get insinuated with all what Michigan, like with the Michigan high schools, like, cause I heard when Nick Saban was recruiting, he would fly in by well, a lot of coaches are doing that now, fly in by helicopter and go to the school, things like that. But Nick Saban was really close with a lot of head coaches in high school. That's how he got a lot of players. So when you take these new coaching jobs, man, like, where you're like, how do these, I know it's Michigan, but how do these recruits know you that well, or get to, do you go to their high school and things like that? I don't know. It's kind of weird, you know.
Coming in today for unofficial visits, and so we think that it's not where you start, it's where you finish. And even though we're not maybe as many commits and as far along as some schools, you really look at the bottom line when you're finished, what you came away with, and we think we're going to be okay in that regard.
And one more quick follow-up. I know I've seen you at a couple hockey games too. Obviously, a lot of success.
Love hockey.
Yeah,
love our hockey team.
A lot of success for the entire winter sports here. I guess
Dang, bro, if he stayed in Utah, he would have been a fan of the Mammoths, bro. I think it's the Mammoths or the Utah hockey team. Shout out them. Mammoths is one of my favorite animals or something like that. Extinct animals or something. I think they should shout out, scientists, bring them back. Bring out the woolly mammoths back, bro. We need them up in here. The earth is boring without them, for real. Honestly.
how much have you paid attention to that, and how has that maybe helped you immerse yourself in the universe?
Oh, a great deal. I mean, I love hockey. Dusty May, what he's doing with the basketball team, I mean, it's incredible, and what a phenomenal job he's done. And we have 2 or 3 other sports that are in the top 5, and so it just speaks to the level of the athletic department overall, and the quality of the coaches and the teams they have here, and it's Michigan. I mean, it's not surprising. It's what you would expect.
front here, Larry.
Larry Leach, Associated Press. What do you know about this job that you didn't when you took it?
That's a good question. I don't think anything really surprised me. I've been in this profession a long time. I've watched Michigan from afar, as well as some of the other blue bloods, and so I'm not going to say that anything caught me off guard or was eye-opening. I think it's pretty much what we anticipated.
Over on the left, Clayton.
Clayton safety with the Wolverine.
A lot of you guys with the Wolverine.
Yeah.
Must be a big deal. Yeah.
Offensive line, I think you have 6 guys who have started a game here.
I think you're right. Yeah.
And then defensively on the front 7, you lose a lot to replace from last year's team. I guess, what do you think of each of those units?
Yeah, I think we'll be good at the line of scrimmage, as you mentioned.
That's where he has to establish what his that's where it all starts and ends at, is the line of scrimmage. So that's where he's probably going to establish his say so and what his team looks like in the 2026-2027 season, y'all. But we gonna give Kyle Whittingham some rest today, and we gonna go see what some other coaches are doing. So hopefully, let me know in the comments what y'all think Kyle Whittingham is going to get his record going to be. So shout out him. Let's see what he's going to finish his last part though, and then we gonna come out of here.
Got some guys back with experience on offense. Jim
But yeah, they lost a lot though.
Harding, our offensive line coach. There's no offensive line coach in the country better than him at developing talent. His track record speaks to that. He'll have 2 first-round draft choices this year. And so it's in good hands. Like what we've seen in the workouts with the defensive line. Got 3 or 4 big interior guys that we think are going to be really good for us. Got to develop some edge guys. But based on what we've seen, just athletically and moving around, I think we're going to be okay.
I mean, all the Power Fives, that's what they say in the beginning of the season. Then a 6'8" offensive tackle or 6'4" guard or something like that, 360 gonna stop what you have coming in there, you know. So hopefully they can develop their guys. Hopefully Kyle Whittingham has a say so on what his team's gonna look like, and the players don't have some type of mindset in their head, and hopefully they buy along with what he's bringing to Michigan, So I got 9-3. Let me know in the comments what you think Michigan's record is going to be, and we're going to catch up with Kyle Whittingham in the next one.